Well, the sky and the air quality out there have made it clear, although today both are a little bit better in southern Idaho. Fire season is in full swing across Idaho and the rest of the West. We are keeping tabs on several of those fires, including the Bench Lake fire outside of Stanley. Forest Service says it's burned nearly 1,300 acres near Redfish Lake. None of it is contained at this moment. In eastern Oregon, the Cow Valley fire is the big one burning in Malheur County. The good news, some of the evacuations have been lifted, but the fire is only 16% contained, and it's charred more than 133,000 acres. Second on our list in terms of acreage, the Falls Fire in the Malheur National Forest. Evacuation orders have been issued for Grant and Harney counties in eastern Oregon, and the fire started last week, burning more than 64,000 acres. Most recently, the Texas fire in North Idaho near Kendrick. The Latah County Sheriff's Office has issued level 3 go evacuations due to the proximity to the town. It's fairly small as of now, having burned about 1,200 acres, but as we said, it is threatening around 60 structures in the area. So with these fires and the evacuation orders, many are having to leave their homes with really nowhere to go. And as Hunter Funk found out, this early start to the wildfire season has turned up the heat for the American Red Cross disaster relief teams.
We're definitely off to an early wildfire season.
Hot temperatures, dry conditions. They're igniting fires across Idaho, Montana, Oregon, all around the region.
We recently had a shelter open on the fairgrounds in Ontario where we helped several people who were displaced by the Cow Valley fire there.
Doreen Gardner was one of those volunteers, an ember of hope for those who lost a lot in the Cow Fire.
Some of them lost everything, and just being able to help them get their feet back on the ground. Everyone chipped in that area to help with the horses and the cattle, and a lot of rangeland was lost. So I feel really bad for the ranchers.
Gardner is from Boise, volunteering across the U.S. wherever she's needed for 4 years now.
When my husband passed, I had time and I retired, and I do love to travel. So I was looking for volunteer opportunities where I could travel with purpose. And so I came across the Red Cross. Plus, they meant a lot to me when they helped my sister when her house burned down in California.
With wildfires picking up, Gardner says she and other volunteers have no plans of slowing down. The disaster relief team brought back the team from Oregon, and at 3:30 Tuesday, they deployed another team for the Texas fire near Kendrick.
We're able to do all this work because of our volunteers. About 90% of our workforce are volunteers who raise their hand to come out and help people, friends, neighbors, people they don't know in need during disasters, including wildfires.
In the off-season, the American Red Cross trains volunteers, works on shelter agreements with churches, gyms, and schools, so the group can open doors quickly when the people need to evacuate.
We have shelter trailers full of supplies such as cots and comfort kits that contain things like hygiene items and things that get left behind when people have to evacuate quickly.
Red Cross anticipates a busy season, as August is typically one of the tougher months with wildfires. But no matter the call, the group says they're ready to respond.
We stand ready to open a shelter there and help out as needed once that call comes in as well.
There is now a shelter opened at Kendrick High School for that Texas fire. Again, that was open just a little bit more than an hour ago. And Brian, with an early start to the fire season, this means there are going to be more needs when it comes to donations.
Yeah, these things are moving quickly, especially with the weather conditions. So what kind of donations do they need for the Red Cross?
You know, I thought this was really interesting. They are just looking for money. The reason they ask specifically for money instead of items, it's because you're dealing with different people, right?
Yeah.
You need different sizes, you need different food, and whatever cash ends up coming in, that can go to the local economy to help through what they're dealing with.
And depending on where those fires are, people need different things in those locations. I
get
that.
Clothes, food, you name it.
All right. Thanks, Hunter.